Fish on! Afternoon, welcome to Badgers Angling. We've got just a little night ahead of us tonight and tomorrow daytime, haven't we? Just come down to the River Trent at I1 Pits. It's a lot busier than we thought it was going to be. On a Tuesday day, that's just crazy, isn't it? How many people's about? Absolutely nuts. So we've just slotted in. We've got 4 pegs between the 3 of us, leaving a peg spare till the next person. So yeah, we'll just go to my peg now and see what's going to happen. Catch up with you later.
Set up like here.
Right then, here we go. We're just coming up to evening now. The light's fading, but lovely sunset over there. And this is the peg. Bivvy, rods. Just going pointing downstream here. I've had a few knocks already. Just got feeder on right hand rod, just about here, just on the crease of the flow. Then I've got a PVA mesh bag just on the same line around here. Again, pellets wise, just putting a mix of sizes and flavours in with a 12mm dumbbell on the right hand rod. And I've got a slightly bigger one on the left hand rod in the hope that I might pick up a better fish on that. First time fishing here, and the pegs, these are a little bit close really. I mean, we're having a bit of a social, so it's not too bad. Joe's pitched up in that one there, and then I'm pitched here, but I'm casting a little bit further downstream, so there's a bit of space between us. While I'm here, let's have a look at, as I just said, hook bait toys. So that's me 16mm dumbbells that I've had soaking in Squid Supreme goo for a long time, maybe a couple of years. And then that's a 12mm in the same. So yeah, there we go. That's what we're using. Chris has already had a barbel, actually, didn't mention that. He's just had one about £2 first cast. So that's a good sign. Seems quite shallow here though where we've cast. Doesn't seem to be much water at all, but apparently the lads in here last night did catch a few, so I'm going to take that as a bit of a positive. Anyway, we'll get to it, and I'll catch up with you if we manage to get anything. See you in a sec. Right then, we're all just standing around and Joe's had an absolute melter. And there we go. First barbel of the night. For Joe anyway. Nice one, boys, let's have a look at it. Right then, here we go. First fish for Joe of the night. And it's a double. How big, Joe?
10.6.
Happy days. On a 20mm krill boilie.
Drifted 400 yards down the river. Long fish.
Well done, mate. Nice one.
Very long fish, isn't it?
Right then, the boys are smashing me up. They've had one each already. Nothing in my peg yet. Still plenty of time. I've swappered plenty of emp out, a few pellets. So hopefully they'll move on to it later and we can get some fish on the bank for you. We'll keep going anyway, and I'll catch up with you later. Right, as I said to you earlier, first visit to the stretch. Never been here before. I have fished the opposite bank, much further down round that way, lots and lots of years ago. As you can see there, it's the busy I1 bridge. There is a few lads on just here, as you can see. There's a few lads the other side of it as well. There's people on the far bank, so that must be a decent area. With not knowing the venue, we obviously we wanted to have a look about and see where we could go, but we've been so busy we just haven't had a chance to do that. So we've just gone where we could all get for a bit of a social, to be fair. And like I say, the lads have had one apiece, so it's looking decent. So fingers crossed we can get a few on the bank. It's worth mentioning as well, one of the benefits of this stretch, hardcore track, just here as you can see, the van's parked there. If you wanted to, I'm sure you could fish right at the back of the van because pegs here. I've put my rods here so they're a bit higher. Obviously if I'm lucky enough to get a fish, I'll go down there and I can play the fish underneath my other rod. That's the plan anyway, so let's get back to it. Well, he's in again. Absolute one toner on the upstream rod this time. I think you've gone over your other rod, Joe. Bit of knit one, pearl one.
No, come do it.
Happy days, nice to get a few so early into the night. Gotta be my turn next.
Sneakily fishing small hooks as well, aren't
Hey! Safety first, folks. That's my job, falling in the river. Only a small one, but they're all welcome. Get in. Right then, as you've just seen, Joe's had another one. It's only maybe £5 or £6. We've just slipped it back. Didn't want to bother it too much with it not being of any size really. As I said, nice to get a couple of bites so early in the night. None for me yet, unfortunately, but I'm glad that the lads have caught a few. And there's a lot of fish crashing on the far side, to be fair. We've seen some carp as well. Seen them jump clean out the water, so I know definitely carp. Predators as well, close in. Seems to overfish the river, to be fair, which is nice to see. Just going to have a look at Chris's peg now. How we're diddling.
Go.
Fish on! Oh, that's a big fish.
We all got to sleep in my peg tonight.
Well, every time we've stood in Chris's peg so far, Joe's had a bite. Let's find out how big it is in a sec. Need some light. Another one about the same sort of size. It's probably about £7, Joe. Just getting one up to get him back. We don't want to bother him too much. He's only a small one. Let's get him back. Right, Chris's turn then. Where's your net? It's all kicking off. What time are we on? 10 to midnight. No, not yet. 10 to midnight and it's off again. 5th bite now. Definitely on some fish. Still not my turn yet. See if we can get it in. Right then, it is, what time in the morning we're on?
Pushing
10 to 2. The bites are still coming, not for me. But there goes Chris, has got this lovely one, just went 9-12.
Yeah, just short of a double, but the biggest one for me so far. Pretty consistent bites now. I think we've had 11, haven't we, in about 7 hours, something like that. So
10 to you and Joe, 1 to me. Show me how it's done.
Let's get this one back. It's a feisty one.
Happy days, well done mate. Right then folks, 3:30 in the morning. The action's still going. Not for me admittedly, I've only had 2, but how many are now, Chris?
It's my 8th. Another one around the £9 mark.
We did have 2 in the net about 15 minutes ago, and a little schoolboy error, forgot to press record on the camera, so we would have had a nice little brace video, but there you go.
Had to go catch another one just to get some footage basically.
It's been pretty non-stop all night, isn't it? Pretty regular action, maybe every half hour or so probably.
Yeah, pretty much. We haven't had any sleep yet, have we? So
What, are you getting them on feeder tactics, yeah?
yeah, feeder and double garlic and cheese boiler. Changed both rods to that and they're both going off now. So
Happy days. Hope we can get amongst some big ones. They all seem to be, I mean you can't moan really, they're all around the £8-9 mark.
Yeah.
But be nice to get amongst a few big ones, so let's get her back and see if we can get amongst them.
some more.
Well, we have daylight and the action continues. Third fish for me. Again, not a big one, maybe 5 or 6 pounds or so. Maybe a little bit bigger. But very welcome. I've had no sleep. If it ain't been, as I just said, I've only had 3, but the lads have caught quite regularly through the night, so been getting footage of theirs and graphing theirs, netting them. Joe's wiped my rods out 3 times. Yeah, let's get this one back and gonna try a bit of a change of tactics in the light. I'm gonna switch it up on the hook lengths and the baits and see if we can snare a few more. Well, good morning. What a lovely morning it is. Sun's shining. Bit of a mad night last night. 20 fish, well 20 barbel should I say, between the 3 of us. 4 for me. I think Chris and Joe had 8 each. Then Joe's had a chub over £6. Chris has had a couple of breams. So yeah, it's been very busy. Sun's out this morning, which it's not going to help the fishing, let's face it. It's the river's dropping off, the colour's dropping out of it. But we'll give it till, I'm going to give it till about midday, see if anything happens. If it does, we might stay a bit longer. If not, we're going to go home and get some kip, as we're absolutely knackered. I've literally had hours sleep top, so I'm a bit worse for wear, to be honest. Oh, and just to top it off, when I had my last barbel, dropped my phone in the river, which is always a bonus. So I'm just trying to dry that out on my dashboard at the minute. But while I was here, I just thought I'd show you the rigs that was doing it last night. So, as you've seen probably in my other videos, Corum Run rig kit, absolutely love them in the XL version. Big long anti-tangle sleeve. I do use the Fox one because that's a bit stiffer than the Corum. That's an XL anti-tangle sleeve from Fox. 5-ounce gripper. And then quite a long, couple arms length of Fox Camotex coated. And £20. Might sound a bit excessive, but you know, the Trent is savage at times. There's rocks everywhere, there's boulders, that kind of thing. If you're going to steer them away from it, you need something that's going to be up to the job when you can't see what you're doing. Down to just sort of standard wide gape hook. This is an ESP Cryo Journey in a size 7. Supple hair, which I've had on a 16mm dumbbell, and that's done all my weights. Just swapped over to a feeder this morning and a fluorocarbon hook link, just because I've got up, and as I say, when that sun's out, you can see the clarity of the water's gone up. You know, it's cleared up massively since yesterday, so if we're going to nick a bite, that's going to be the way forward. So as I say, we're going to give it till about midday, and then if we've had no bites or anything, we're going to pack up, get home and get some sleep. Well, I'll catch up with you if we get anything. Joe's back in action again. Just dropped off to sleep. We're all literally absolutely knackered. Joe's back to hauling. Get in, see how big it is. Right then, little turn up for the bucks. Joe's just had this carp, absolute ripper. We've been seeing him show most of the time that we've been here, just on the far side, but he's just managed to bag one. It's his first ever river carp. None of us have ever caught one, so nice little landmark for him. If only he could hold it still. Let's get it back. Oh, mine's going in it.
Someone's having that up, please.
Well, he's just popped his cart back, and the other rod's whizzed off. Middle of the day, bright sunshine,
Big.
worst possible conditions. Just shows him fishing, you never know. Let's see what pops up this time. That one fell off, so we'll never know what it was. Just couldn't see whether it was a carp or a barbel. Was fighting the same as a carp, to be fair, so might have been his second carp, but we won't know. Right then, there we go, end of the session. Didn't have any more fish after Joe's caught. Oh no, we did. I had one bream, I think. But a match turned up opposite us in the end. Just a lot of pressure on the water. It's
Bright sunshine.
It's bright sunshine. It's quite warm, so we thought we'd call it a day and go back and get some sleep. Decent, enjoyable session. We only had the one double out of 20 fish, which was strange by Trent standards, but nice to get a few bites either way.
8s and 9s as well, so not
Yeah, quite a few 8s and 9s to be fair, not to be sniffed at really. So yeah, here's to next time. We're just driving along the side of the pits. I don't know how much you can see through the trees, but it looks lovely. I'll definitely come and give this a visit. Right then, over and out. See you guys soon.